On the 8th day offered Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur, prince of the children of Manasseh. His offering was 1 silver charger of the weight of 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Gamaliel the son of Pedazur. On the 9th day, Abidan the son of Gideoni, prince of the children of Benjamin, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Abidan the son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, Ahiezer the son of Amminadab, prince of the children of Dan, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger. The weight thereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahiezer the son of Amminadab. On the 11th day, Pagiel, the son of Ochran, prince of the children of Asher, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight whereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Ochran. On the 12th day, Ahira, the son of Enan, prince of the children of Naphtali, offered. His offering was 1 silver charger, the weight thereof was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, 1 golden spoon of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 1 lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and for a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 he-goats, 5 lambs of the first year. This was the offering of Ahira, the son of Enan. This was the dedication of the altar in the day when it was anointed, by the princes of Israel, 12 chargers of silver, 12 silver bowls, 12 spoons of gold, each charger of silver weighing 130 shekels, each bowl 70. All the silver vessels weighed 2,400 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary. The golden spoons were 12, full of incense, weighing 10 shekels apiece after the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the spoon was 120 shekels. All the oxen for the burnt offering were 12 bullocks, the rams 12, the lambs of the first year 12, with their meat offerings, and the kids of the goat for the sin offering 12. And all the oxen for the sacrifice of the peace offerings were 20, and 4 bullocks. The rams 60, the he-goats 60, the lambs of the first year 60. This was the dedication of the altar after it was anointed. And when Moses was gone into the tabernacle of the congregation to speak with him, then he heard the voice of one speaking unto him from off the mercy seat that was upon the ark of testimony, from between the 2 cherubims, and he spake unto him. We have a number of smaller items in this one, but a couple of items to note. Number 1, we've talked about this before, the princes of Israel. It just means these were the known leaders of each of the 12 tribes. And so there weren't royalty, but these people were leaders, and not necessarily even the wealthiest, although they might have had control and access to lots of wealth. And each one of them was responsible for presiding over the donations from the tribe to the dedication of the altar. And you'll note that each one of them brought exactly the same thing. Somebody had to decide that. Might have been Moses, might have been a council of all of them where they all got together and decided. Now, I didn't know what a charger was for a long time. A charger is simply a large plate on which other plates are placed or other things are placed. And so these 12 chargers that were given were large plates on which other things would have been placed in the service in the tabernacle. The 130 shekels would have been approximately 3 pounds of silver. Silver is a fairly heavy metal, but that still would have been a pretty good sized plate. The bowl, which was 70 shekels, would have been 1.5 pounds, 1.75 pounds of silver. And that would have been a very good sized bowl and probably would have held water or something else. And then you have all of these animals that were sacrificed. Oops, forgot. The spoon of 10 gold shekels. The spoon, we believe, really wasn't a spoon as you might eat cereal or soup with, but actually a smaller bowl. And the incense would have been the incense that would have been made and provided specifically by the list of ingredients that was given by Heavenly Father to Moses. They wouldn't have experimented with anything else. Remember that Aaron's sons offered strange fire, which could have been strange incense. We're not exactly sure. And they died. So nobody was going to take a chance on offering anything weird or wonderful here. And they offered all the animals for sin offering. Everyone got his day. And this is sort of nice in that Heavenly Father offers to each of the 12 tribes a day in which the people of that tribe could give their offering to help dedicate the tabernacle. Everybody had their chance and everybody got to give the same thing. And all of the vessels, all the bowls, all the charger plates would have been dedicated to the service in the tabernacle. And then when the tabernacle was no longer used, many years later, they might have been taken into the temple to be used there, or new ones made. These things were very valuable. To give you an idea, it says the charger plate was 130 shekels. This is at a time of silver. This is at a time when the wages for an adult skilled laborer like a shepherd, if he had done a good job, would have been 8 shekels a year. So the charger would have been almost 20 full years of wages for an adult man. And the bowl would have been almost 10. So these were very valuable gifts. And then all the animals that were given were also very valuable. And you can bet that each of the tribes selected the very best animals that they had. There probably would have been a real desire to make sure, not necessarily competitive desire, one tribe against the other, although you can't put that out of contention. You can believe that each one of them looked over all of the animals they had and selected the absolute best. And somebody would have had to decide between this goat and that goat, between this sheep and that sheep, between this cow and that cow, this bullock and that bullock. And they would have got down and they would have looked those things over. These people wanted to do the very best. And I will bet they did it. And when you realize how big the altar was, or actually how small the altar was, you realize just how much the offerings had to be processed on the day in order to have all those sacrifices offered. An amazing amount of work, an amazing effort that they all went through. They did the very best they could to dedicate and consecrate this, and at the end, Moses goes in, and there's God to talk to him.